Hello and welcome to everyone here. We've got Team Kletta on here, and obviously we've got Stuart as well. So just going to very quickly go through what we're going to run through today. On the next slide, please, Tepe. So just going to do this introductions, Kletta mission, why Kletta. We're going to get a demo from Matti, the CEO there. And then we're going to interview Stuart and learn about how he's using Kletta with his business. Some Q&As at the bottom. And just then the next steps with Kletta, how to become a partner and start your free trial. So with us today is Kletta Pioneer Partner, Stuart Brown from Tandem Business Solutions. Later we'll hear from Stuart. Stuart, you might want to say a quick hello now.
Yeah, good afternoon, everybody.
Yeah. As you can see, that's me in the middle there. I'm Kevin McGuire. I'm the head of sales and customer success at Kletta, and I'll be dealing with your onboarding if you become a partner. We also have a CEO and founder, Matti, and we also have Tommy Pekka, who is also a co-founder, and he's running the slides today for us. So where should we kick off? Well, why did I join Kletta? Well, having myself experience being a sole trader and the complexities of running your own business as a one-man band, delivering web design services back in the day. Then more recently working in B2B sales, selling AP and AR solutions to finance departments for SMBs. I've experienced the real-world pain from both sides as a small business owner and the guy who sells accounting software to businesses. And as such, when I was introduced to Matti and Kletta, I knew that enabling the sole traders to digitize would be an opportunity I really wanted to help with. So why Kletta? Well, with Making Tax Digital looming, we made it our mission to create a toolkit for small businesses and their accountants to make everyone's life easier with daily record keeping, rather than the typical crush at year end and the January 31st deadlines. Whilst Making Tax Digital has moved and morphed into something different, the needs of sole traders and their accountants remain the same. So what makes Kletta different? Well, traditionally, accounting solutions have been designed around the bookkeeping processes and placed in the hands of the accountants, requiring inputs from their clients. Whilst this works for more complex, limited companies, these platforms are too complicated and time-consuming for sole traders. Many are tradespeople working in their job and then having to set aside time to do the essential admin of quotations for work and simply invoicing to get paid, leaving little time to dedicate to keeping timely, accurate, and up-to-date records. So Kletta was designed for sole traders around the daily and weekly activities of the self-employed business owners. And rather than leaving travel expenses at the end of the month and completing lines in a spreadsheet, which you, the accountant, have to decipher on behalf of your clients, we give the sole trader the opportunity to do that in that moment in time, and thus the record is created. Daily use creates good habits, and good habits equates to great, accurate data for you to see within your practice portal, which we'll see later when Matti does the demo. We think the key to success is to have a great intuitive app for sole traders and a fantastic, easy to use admin portal for practices. At Kletta, we believe we have created just that. Let's have a quick overview of the key features in the next slide, please. There we go, well done. Kletta. So Kletta is a small business accounting toolkit that covers everyday needs of the sole trader, from invoicing and taking payments with SumUp card reader as a great partner. Managing expenses via tracking and recording mileages and purchases, and keeping track of records to give a real-time overview of cash position, making it much easier for accountants, thus saving you time, which you can reprioritize to help grow your business. I think at this point, I'll hand over to Matti, and Matti's going to do a fantastic demonstration of the Kletta platform.
All right, thank you, Kevin. So what I'll do here is that I'll start sharing my mobile phone screen and illustrate how Kletta works from the perspective of self-employed business owner or sole trader, as we say. So this is the starting screen of Kletta app designed for the sole traders. And today I'm Bob the plumber, and he has his own business called Bob's Plumbing. And I'm walking through the daily activities that Bob does and how he uses Kletta for capturing the relevant business records. Right. And then coming back to the Kevin's point mentioned earlier, Kletta has been designed around the daily activities of the self-employed people in order to make the digital record keeping as easy and simple as possible. So what does Bob do first in the morning? He drives to the client side. So when he's jumping into his car or van, he will just simply click track mileage. And we have built a nice mileage tracking feature on top of Google Maps. And in the beginning of the journey, he plays start. At the end of the journey, he plays stop. Then he confirms. And that will automatically create a mileage expense into his records. No further actions needed. Right. An alternative way of claiming mileage is to use the function, what we call claim mileage. And here you just type in the starting location, end destination, and confirm what was the purpose of the trip. So if you know how to use Google Maps, then you are able to use this as well. So rather simple and easy to use. Okay. So on his way to client side, Bob goes to and buys some. He's working actually now outside of hometown, so he can claim some of the meals. So he's snapping a picture. Kletta recognizes typically the name of the supplier, the amount, and the date. So he can write a brief description. Let us skip this. I will put this on purpose on the wrong expense category so we can easily change that later on. So I'll just put it rent, rates, power, insurance cost, and it's now recorded. Right. Okay. So what Bob does next, he will go and do a little bit plumbing work for one of the household clients in the neighborhood. And okay, it's a plumbing service what he has created in advance. And given it's small work, he's charging 45 quid for that one. He adds that to the sale. And then he asks from the client that, okay, how would you like to pay for this? Do you want to pay with card, cash? Shall I raise an invoice? And says, okay, let's take card. That's quick and easy. So Bob selects here card reader. And we have integrated the SumUp card reader to the Kletta solution. It's connected via Bluetooth. So what I'll do as a Bob now, I'll just take the card, swipe it in front of the reader. The card payment is taken. And what happens in Kletta is that a 45 pounds sales, i.e. income, is recognized. And then the financial charge, i.e. expense worth of 1.69% is also recorded. So it's effectively a typical SumUp payment, but initiated from Kletta. Okay, then in the afternoon, Bob goes and works for a construction firm, which is obviously work in scope of CIS. Okay, as a result of inflation, he's now increasing the price. He's worked this week 15 hours for this firm. He raises an invoice. And in addition to hours, he has actually, provided a little bit of spare parts there, worth of 120 at the sale. And given that it's a CIS client, we have enabled the CIS invoice feature here. And it's an existing client. Our demo client is called Beta Construction. Bob reviews, okay, information is correct. No further discounts. You can easily select what's the due date. Due date agreed with the client is 14 days. And he could add here some notes, but for the sake of time, let's just skip it. Great. So invoice has been issued and it has been sent by email to the client. And we can see it here as a list of sales. So, and as you can see here, Kletta has also automatically calculated the CIS deduction amount for the labor part. Okay, so given that this is a cash basis solution, we could simply press here register as paid, or we can click bank and go to the bank feed. Okay, so we can see that, okay, 599, so almost 600 has been received. And then Bob can click reconcile and select which is the outstanding invoice against which he wants to reconcile. Okay, here's the invoice of beta construction, clicks that, and hence the reconciliation has taken place. The invoice changes to status paid, and all done. Furthermore, Bob has a nice overview of his income and expenses, possibilities to drill down. And as said, basically by recording his sales, expenses, and journeys through Kletta, he is effectively fulfilling all the requirements for digital record keeping, and everything is captured automatically into his books. Right. So let's quickly review this from the perspective of accountant. So here we are seeing Bob's records through the accounting practice portal. So income, expenses, incurred tax, and then the year-to-date profit. Furthermore, we can see all the bank transactions from the bank account that Bob has connected, income, expenses, mileages, and the sales invoices. So, for example, as an accountant, you can go and review the expenses, check that everything looks correct before, for example, doing the self-assessment on behalf of the client. So, okay, now we are on the rents, rates, and power. We can recognize that, okay, this is probably wrong categorization. So you can go and easily change that to the different expense category. As simple as that. Furthermore, we have created quite nice chat functionality. So if you have, for example, some questions regarding some, let's call it expenses, you could ask here from "Hi Bob," and then Bob gets a notification into his mobile app, and he can then, reply, "Yes, sure." Right. So this is obviously a nice way of having an easy, convenient dialogue rather than having a lengthy email chain or chasing people over the phone who are busy doing their business. Finally, at the end of tax year and after the MTD has kicked in 4 times a year, you will be able to see here the records in the form of self-assessment, so SA103. And you can download these easily into Excel file and import into the whichever tax return solution you are using. Going forward, we have also created an API integration with HMRC, so going forward, the tax return can be done also directly from Kletta. So that being said, we are happy to have a more detailed deep dive, either me or Kevin, with anybody who is interested, but this was basically a glimpse of the key features and functionalities of Kletta app and accountant portal.
Right. Thank you, Matti. That was awesome. We're all really excited to get Kletta out there and into the hands of our accountant partners soon, making their lives easier for sole traders and the accountants. But let's first discuss the experience of our current practice partners. I'm delighted to introduce Stuart Brown of Tandem Business Solutions. And as I said at the start of today's session, Stuart is a pioneer practice partner and early adopter of Kletta. Stuart, would you like to tell us a bit about yourself, please?
Yeah, good afternoon, everybody. Yeah, I'm Stuart, and I'm sort of the owner of Tandem Business Solutions. I'm a bookkeeping practice based in South London, covering, well, really now, covering most of the country, really. Yeah, and sort of in the process of building up my practice even more with the help of, using Kletta.
Excellent. So I know we've talked before, obviously, Stuart, so I know you intimately, but for the purposes of our guests here as well, can you tell us what challenges you anticipated in setting up a practice that has a focus on sole traders within the CIS scheme?
Yeah, I mean, I think, probably majority of people on this call will be fully aware, the issues that you have, especially in the CIS industry, getting people to keep timely records. It's always a last minute thing. The last week of January is obviously manic, and it's just, and the first week of February, and it's just, it's still getting the shoebox full of receipts, the carrier bag full of receipts in with the compost and stuff. It's, these problems have not, even with cloud accounting, they didn't seem to disappear.
No, so, as a tool, then we know that having software and digital record keeping is where we're all heading, despite the delay for NTD. What was it that you were looking for in a software partner, and why is it that you chose Kletta?
Well, the reason I chose Kletta, I mean, to be honest, I really do think it is a very intuitive piece of kit. I think it's superior to other softwares out there. For the simple aspect, the ease of use. The clients that I've rolled it out to, I've told you before, when I started it, I rolled it out to 2 clients. One was very, very, how can we put it, technology challenged, and one is just, a young lad living his life on apps, totally knows, that's what he wants to do. So I just thought, I've got both ends of the spectrum here. I can see how it balances before I go out to my sole trader client base. The feedback from the one who was, I really thought I was going to have to spend some time with the one who was quite challenged with technology. So I said, I'll book some time in and we can go through it, do a bit of training. He said, yes, I sent the advice and everything. So I rang him and said, how are you getting on with it? He said, brilliant, no problem. I said, should we get some training? And he said, no, it's all right. I'm all right with it. So I said, oh, great. Okay, lovely. That was very encouraging. So then I went to the guy who's really, sort of tech savvy and just said, well, obviously, I know you're going to be fine with it, because he actually I moved him from QuickBooks to Kletta. And I said, how you find it? He goes, no, I love it. Totally love it. Love being on the app. That's great. So that gave me the encouragement, to think. So I built a package, a new sole trader package around that I can now go out to, the sole trader market. Well, I have been going out to the sole trader market, and it enables me to be very competitive, because of obviously the time it will save me from the duties that I would have to do, come year end for them.
Excellent. I mean, that's music to our ears, and it's, from a startup business where we're looking at people like yourselves that have the experience, the long experience of accountancy and bookkeeping, and then placing this product in the hands of experienced and inexperienced digital native, and having seen that the adoption curve on both of those is really good. I mean, we put a lot of work into the design of this and the adoption, and we're improving that as we go along as well. We've got a new sole trader onboarding pack as well, where they can do much of the onboarding themselves going forward as well. So taking even more of that heavy lift in there. Obviously, still encourage you guys to converse and support your sole traders as you would, but now it enables you to free up a bit more time to do some more value add stuff. So, segueing into that, then, how do you see Kletta as a key element of your future growth?
To me, it's going to be integral. I mean, obviously, I know, again, you guys know, I've been working on a project recently, and I had to get together a new sole trader package, which is going to lead to quite a high volume of sole traders, coming on as clients of mine. So I designed this package, and I kept looking at it and looking at it and looking at it. I thought, that's cheap. That's cheap. I've got to put money on it. I've got to increase the price. But the value added for money that I was offering for that, because the amount of time that Kletta would save me, with the shoebox and so forth, it's actually making it more profitable with me charging less. So I've actually gone out there, and obviously I'm now able to offer a very competitive sole trader package, which is really probably one of the main reasons what I was looking for, that I could, obviously give value for money, be competitive, but obviously have something that's, a bit special that, people can really use and get on with from day one, hit the ground running.
Perfect. Again, music to our ears, because what we're looking to do in support of not only accountants but sole traders is just to make that collaboration and that working partnership easier, so that you do have more free time to provide better advisory, better services to your clients, but also to be able to grow your practices, because every hour is a billable hour, and we want to be able to, for you guys to utilize those as you see fit in growing your practice. Any final words there, Stuart, in terms of what more you would see us doing for you?
No, I mean, as I said, to me, it was always about the ease of use, because at the end of the day, you want your clients to hit the ground running, and Kletta obviously offered that. And obviously, I'm just looking forward to the future, and continuing the partnership. And obviously, as you say, you're saying it, obviously everything always evolves, and see what, how it goes. So, it's really encouraging.
Thank you, Stuart. I mean, thanks so much. We're really enjoying sharing your professional journey, and welcome you again. Now, we're a little bit long in the tooth as one of our pioneer partners, but you'll become one of the senior partners who we always refer to as we go forward, because having seen trod the road with us as a pioneer. But yeah, thanks again, and we all look forward to your success.
Thank you very much. Thanks, Kevin.
Yeah, thank you, Stuart. Thank you, Kevin.
So talking about features there, Tommy, could you put up the comparison slide for us, please? There we go. Thank you. Yeah, for everyone who's here today as well, and obviously people who have not been able to make it, we'll share this presentation with you guys as well, so you can walk through this at your own pace, and we'll share the recording as well, unedited. So you'll see me scratching my head and asking Tommy to change the slide. So yeah, just reiterating what Stuart's saying there in terms of ease of use and the features that we've got there. As you can see, between us and our other solutions that are out there, our competitors, as you were, we've put ourselves in quite a unique situation in terms of the amount of data that we can collect, and that, coupled with the smooth onboarding and the ease of use, we believe that Kletta is a fantastic platform for both sole traders and their accountants. So Kletta offer new partners a fully supported 3-month trial. We'll support you with your onboarding of your sole traders, and we're developing that as we go along as well to make it as perfect as possible. And we'll be on hand for any questions that you may have. We do this firstly with a partner enablement kickoff meeting. It's a one-to-one meeting to plan the next steps and support you with monthly review meetings, utilizing the partner pack and the resources that we've got. Lots of fantastic videos that have been put in place in the last couple of months that are all available on the website as well. Of course, we're available to you at any time, so you can schedule anything in from the calendar. And basically what we'll look at doing is giving you back as much of your time to help your business grow, but working with you in a consultative manner for any events or trade events or publications that you want to make. We've also got a media pack in terms of our dedicated resources there that you'll see on the next slide, please, Tommy. So we provide you with a Kletta media pack, so that if you are one of those businesses that wins at local and uses digital channels, social media and whatnot, then we'll be able to provide you with logos and press releases and whatnot for the media pack. And the Kletta community is something that we're super keen on growing for our users. Not only do you engage with other accountants and Kletta partners, but we're also encouraging our practice members and partners to create fantastic articles that we're going to share internally within the portal. So the commercials, let's make life easy for accountants and their sole traders. With very easy and straightforward commercials, our partners are billed based on the number of active users per month. So quick example there, if in month 4, when we start your paid for subscription, if 10 users continue to use at £5 a month, you'll bill £50 a month. But in month 5, if you then add another 5 users, taking it to 15, it's simply billed £75 a month. So how do we bill? We have those 2 options. We set up a direct debit, and you're billed and invoiced monthly as a receipt for the payment, or a monthly invoice is sent to you, and you can pay those to the terms on the invoice. We use Stripe and go cardless for payments. So next steps, Kletta will send an email thanking you to attend, and this presentation, plus an invitation for consultation. We'll do the one-to-one deep dive as Matty talked about, and we'll start your free trial. Then do the enablement session, and the support is ongoing. Reviews at month 2 and month 3, feedback and support for you guys, and month 4 billing commences. And then we move forward through further business development and growth together in a proactive partnership. So that's it. We've come to the end of the presentation here. Any final words from Matty?
Well, first of all, thank you very much, Stuart, for being a great customer and partner for us, and thanks a lot for sharing your experiences and the nice words about Kletta. I mean, we are extremely excited to have more practice partners, as Kevin pointed out. So, as I said, feel free to book one-to-one consultation in order to get started with free trial. And if there's any open questions, anything you would like to discuss, so just feel free to reach out to Kevin or me.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so Sean and Thelma and anyone else who we speak to over the coming weeks, really looking forward to setting this up and for repeating Stuart's experience with you guys. Thanks all for coming. Matty, Stuart, Tommy-Pekka, and attendees, thanks very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure.
Thanks, Tommy.
Thank you.